When it comes to the world's most remote and mysterious places, few people think of Papua New Guinea, a nation tucked away between ancient rainforests and smoking volcanoes. Yet, this seemingly forgotten land holds countless bizarre and unbelievable wonders. From hundreds of living languages coexisting side by side to a way of life that mirrors the Stone Age, everything here feels like stepping into a different reality. Join the Shin on a journey to uncover 12 unique and eccentric things found only in Papua New Guinea, a land where the line between reality and fantasy magically blurs. Number 12. The land of over 800 languages, the last linguistic paradise on Earth. It may sound unbelievable, but it's absolutely true. Papua New Guinea is home to more than 840 living languages, accounting for around 12% of all languages spoken worldwide. With a population of just about 9 million, this means that each language is spoken by an average of just over 10,000 people, and some by only a few hundred individuals. This is a land where crossing a single hill or stream could mean entering a completely different linguistic world, where even your neighbor speaks a tongue you don't understand. This incredible linguistic diversity stems from the country's rugged terrain, dense rainforests, and isolated mountain communities that have remained separated for thousands of years. Each tribe developed its own unique culture and has preserved its language like a sacred ancestral treasure. While English and Tok Pisin serve as national languages, most people still use their native tongues in everyday life. This makes Papua New Guinea the world's last living Tower of Babel, where language is not just a means of communication, but the soul of each tribe. A vibrant and miraculous treasury of languages is being quietly preserved deep within the ancient jungle. Number 11. The vibrant Sing Sing Festival, when an entire nation becomes a living symphony. Imagine a land where thousands of people from countless tribes gather, not to wage war or settle disputes, but to celebrate culture in the most dazzling way imaginable. That's the spirit of Sing Sing, one of Papua New Guinea's most vibrant and extraordinary traditional festivals. Held annually in cities like Mount Hagen or Goroka, the Sing Sing Festival is not just a celebration, but a subtle competition of identity and pride among hundreds of tribes. Each group showcases its unique traditions: elaborate costumes made from bird-of-paradise feathers, wild boar tusks, seashells, and even vivid red mineral paints. Their faces are painted in striking spiritual patterns that follow ancient rules passed down for generations. The air vibrates with the sound of wooden drums, bamboo flutes, and wild tribal chants, forming a primal symphony echoing through the mountains. But this is more than music and dance. It's storytelling through movement. Every step, every beat tells a piece of ancestral history, kept alive in rhythm and ritual. What's most remarkable is the spirit of unity. In a nation divided by over 800 languages and a vast array of tribes, Sing Sing is the moment when Papua New Guineans set aside differences to honor diversity and preserve identity. For them, it's not just a festival, it's the soul of a nation. Can you picture yourself in the middle of this sea of color and sound, where every breath pulses with ancient tradition and every gaze burns with tribal pride? If cultural discovery is your passion, Sing Sing is an experience like no other, one you absolutely cannot miss. Number 10. Women can end a marriage with a cooking pot. In many parts of the world, divorce is a complicated process involving paperwork, courtrooms, and emotional battles. But in certain tribes of Papua New Guinea, ending a marriage can be shockingly simple. All a woman has to do is return the cooking pot, a powerful symbol of domestic life, to her husband, and the marriage is considered officially over. This pot isn't just a kitchen utensil. It represents the woman's role as the caretaker and heart of the household. When a wife no longer wishes to continue the marriage, giving back the pot is her way of declaring, "I am leaving this family." What's even more remarkable is that in many communities, this right to divorce lies solely with the woman, and no one, not even the husband, can stop or reverse her decision. It's a rare cultural trait in a society still deeply rooted in traditional and patriarchal norms. Though the ritual may seem simple, it carries profound emotional and social weight. It reveals a unique facet of life in Papua New Guinea, a place where women, despite living in remote and rugged conditions, hold surprising authority over marriage and personal freedom. Number 9. Life deeply intertwined with the jungle. In Papua New Guinea, the jungle is not just part of the landscape. It is the breath of life, the home, the marketplace, the hospital, and the spiritual heart of every community. Nearly 85% of the population lives in rural areas, many of them completely cut off from the modern world where electricity, internet, or paved roads remain distant luxuries. Instead, people survive and thrive through an intimate relationship with the wild nature surrounding them. The forest provides everything: wood for building homes, leaves for weaving clothes, hunting grounds for food, and herbs for medicine. Locals know every plant, every unusual sound, every animal footprint, as if nature itself is their mother tongue. They don't see the jungle as a resource to exploit, but rather as a sacred being, the dwelling place of ancestral spirits and forest deities. In many tribes, cutting down an ancient tree requires a ritual offering, a profound act of respect toward nature. In a world racing toward technology, Papua New Guinea remains a rare, untouched fragment of an era where humans and nature coexist in harmony, without borders or barriers. Number 8. A culture of warfare that still exists. In Papua New Guinea, tribal warfare is not a relic of the past. It still smolders beneath the surface of modern life, taking on a uniquely ritualistic form. Conflicts over land, honor, or even something as seemingly small as a stolen pig can escalate into battles that resemble cultural ceremonies rather than acts of war. Warriors adorn themselves with clay, paint their faces in vibrant reds and yellows, don feathered headdresses, and wear traditional attire. They carry spears, axes, and sometimes even modern weapons, yet still follow strict tribal codes, such as refraining from nighttime attacks and never harming women or children. In some regions, before battle begins, both sides perform a ritual called sing-sing, where they sing, dance, and display their strength, more as a warning than a declaration of absolute hostility. Though these clashes are often ceremonial and bound by rules, they can still result in real casualties. However, for the indigenous people, these confrontations are more than mere disputes. They are a vital expression of tribal identity, where honor is upheld through warrior spirit and ancestral laws passed down for generations. Number 7. Living between the modern age and the Stone Age. Papua New Guinea is one of the few places on Earth where the modern world and the Stone Age coexist side by side. In major cities like Port Moresby, you'll find cars, smartphones, and high-rise buildings. But venture into the highlands or deep forests, and you'll enter a completely different realm, a world where people still live much as they did thousands of years ago. Hundreds of tribes continue their traditional ways of life, hunting, gathering, and manual farming, with little or no contact with the outside world. They use stone axes, bamboo spears, and shell knives instead of modern tools. Food is cooked on hot stones, and the night is lit by flickering flames inside thatched huts hidden in the jungle. Strangely enough, the people here don't see themselves as behind the times. They are content with a lifestyle in harmony with nature, where time is not ruled by the clock, and true wealth is measured in community bonds and ancestral heritage. Papua New Guinea is a captivating paradox, a living portrait where half the 21st century and half the prehistoric era blend seamlessly into a mysterious, enchanting world. Number 6. A smoking volcano, rising from the sea. Amid the deep blue waters of the Bismarck Sea, Papua New Guinea is home to one of the world's most mysterious and awe-inspiring volcanoes, Mount Tavurvur. Located near the city of Rabaul, Tavurvur is not just a breathtaking natural spectacle, but also a slumbering beast, always on the verge of awakening and releasing smoke into the sky. This volcano violently erupted in 1994, devastating much of Rabaul, sending ash clouds thousands of meters into the air and turning daylight into a thick, eerie gray. Yet, what's truly astonishing is that locals still live around it, as if they've accepted the volcano's presence as both a danger and a sacred force of nature. Even today, Tavurvur rumbles frequently and emits thin trails of smoke, a constant reminder that the Earth's heart beats just beneath their feet. For many travelers, this is the only place on Earth where you can stand on a beach, gaze out at the ocean, and witness a mountain, exhaling smoke. It's a surreal and spine-chilling experience, one that lingers in your memory long after you leave. Number 5. A unique treehouse living system. In the dense southern jungles of Papua New Guinea, especially in the Sepik and Gulf provinces, tribes such as the Korowai and Kombai build their homes high in the treetops, up to 30 meters above the ground, and in some cases nearly 40 meters, taller than a 10-story building. These are not the playful treehouses children in the West dream of, but rather fully functional living spaces where families eat, sleep, and go about their daily lives suspended in the sky. The primary reasons for building so high are to avoid wild animals, floods, and enemy attacks. In these remote regions, intertribal conflicts can still occur, and living high above the ground offers a strategic advantage, providing a panoramic view of the surrounding area. Additionally, mosquitoes, a major threat in tropical zones, are far less prevalent at such heights. These homes are built entirely from jungle wood, palm leaves, and vines, constructed by hand. No nails, no machines. Locals climb up and down using rope ladders or handmade wooden poles, moving with the agility and balance of seasoned mountaineers. In the modern 21st century, such treetop living may seem like something out of a fairy tale, but in Papua New Guinea, it remains a vivid and practical reality, a testament to humanity's incredible ability to adapt to wild and unforgiving nature. Number 4. Crocodile worship, when a ferocious beast becomes a sacred spirit. In the lower Sepik River region of Papua New Guinea, the crocodile is not merely a creature of the wild. It is a sacred symbol deeply woven into ancestral beliefs. Many communities here believe that crocodiles were the very beings that created humanity, serving as protectors and spiritual guides for the souls of their ancestors through generations. This belief is more than just oral tradition. It is a living faith, expressed vividly through rituals, architecture, and folk art. Sacred houses, known as House Tambaran, are often adorned with intricately carved crocodile heads and symbolic patterns representing the creature. During festivals, locals wear crocodile masks, dance, and sing in powerful homage to the river's strength and spiritual presence. More than a guardian, the crocodile is seen as a symbol of maturity and courage. Many initiation rites are centered around the crocodile, marking a young man's transition into adulthood, a process meant to instill resilience and a strong connection to the tribe. Crocodile worship in Papua New Guinea is a striking testament to the harmony between humans and nature, where every river, every creature carries a profound spiritual story that shapes identity, community, and cultural survival. Number 3. Shell money, currency of the ocean. Before modern currency arrived, the people of Papua New Guinea had their own remarkably unique economic system. Shells were used as official money. The most commonly used was the kina shell, once considered a high-value unit of exchange, much like cash today. These shells weren't just used to buy and sell goods, but also played crucial roles in dowries, conflict resolutions, and wedding gifts. In fact, the number of shells a person possessed often reflected their status and influence within the community. The larger, more beautiful, and more intact the shell, the higher its value, and some were even strung into elaborate necklaces as symbols of wealth. Though paper money and digital payments have found their way into urban areas, in many remote rural regions, shells still hold cultural and ceremonial significance. Some communities even maintain shell banks, places where valuable shell strands are stored and passed down through generations. More than just a means of exchange, shells in Papua New Guinea are a spiritual treasure, where history, tradition, and national identity are preserved in every iridescent layer from the sea. Number 2. A national flag featuring the bird of paradise. While many countries choose lions, eagles, or dragons to symbolize strength and power on their national flags, Papua New Guinea proudly showcases a symbol unlike any other. The bird of paradise, one of the most dazzling and exquisite creatures on Earth, soaring gracefully across the red and black canvas of its national flag. The bird is not only famous for its vibrant plumage and long, flowing tail feathers that ripple like silk, but also for its elaborate courtship dances and intricate love performances. For the people of Papua New Guinea, the bird of paradise represents more than beauty. It is a sacred emblem of life, freedom, and cultural identity. For generations, its feathers have been used in sacred rituals, traditional attire, and served as a mark of warriors and tribal leaders. Choosing the bird of paradise for the flag reflects a deep reverence for the country's wild natural heritage and celebrates the uniqueness of a nation unlike any other in the world. With black symbolizing the mysterious night, red representing vibrant life, and the bird of paradise taking flight across them, the flag of Papua New Guinea declares to the world, "We are different and we are proud of it." Number 1. The most dangerous capital city in the world. Port Moresby, the capital of Papua New Guinea, is far from a dream destination for travelers. In fact, it frequently ranks among the most dangerous capital cities in the world. Despite its seaside location, green parks, and a few modern neighborhoods, beneath the surface lies an alarmingly high crime rate, forcing even locals to live in a constant state of vigilance. Issues such as theft, armed robbery, gang violence, and corruption are rampant, especially in the shanty towns surrounding the city. Notorious criminal groups known as rascal gangs, often composed of unemployed youth, are infamous for their bold and violent actions, making movement around Port Moresby a serious challenge, particularly after dark. Although the government has made efforts to improve security, economic inequality and lack of educational opportunities continue to cast a long, dark shadow over the city. Yet, despite the danger, Port Moresby remains the beating heart of Papua New Guinea's politics, economy, and modern culture, a place where chaos and vitality coexist, and life pushes forward against the odds. Port Moresby is not for the faint-hearted, but it offers a raw, unfiltered glimpse into a complex, colorful, and deeply conflicted Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea isn't just a country. It's an entirely different world where culture, nature, and humanity exist far beyond the boundaries of the ordinary. Which of the 12 bizarre facts surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe to the Shin and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our next thrilling adventures across the globe.